Welcome to Backbreaking News episode 67. Today we'll be talking about my money in the bank predictions. Now, first of all, I just want to say I'm going to get through the potential matches first. But first I want to say these matches don't seem that great, but in theory they could be some of the best pay-per-view matches in a while. So I'm going to talk about potential matches. So the first one is, of course, Gunther versus Matt Riddle for the Intercontinental Championship. Now, this match, if it does happen on Money in the Bank, should be, in theory, one of the greatest matches of Matt Riddle's career and Gunther's career. Because imagine Matt Riddle versus Gunther. Imagine what could happen there. It will be a very physical fight. That's what I'm saying. It would be physical and it should be interesting. And that's one of the potential matches. And if I do, I think Gunther is, of course, going to retain. Of course, Matt Riddle is my second favorite wrestler. But Gunther is going to beat the Honky Tonk Man's record if they're going to make him lose it. That's just what it is going to happen. And the second potential match is Asuka and Becky Lynch. Not Asuka and Becky Lynch. Asuka and Bianca Belair versus Charlotte. I think Asuka, if this match happens with either one of them or with both of them, so if it's either Asuka versus Charlotte at the pay-per-view again, or Asuka versus Bianca Belair again, I think it's still going to be Asuka, or just all three of them. It's going to be Asuka, but it will be a good match with either Charlotte, Bianca, or both Bianca, Charlotte, and Asuka. So I think, foremost, it will be very interesting to see if that happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And then next is Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus Imperium, which is very unlikely to happen because apparently Giovanni Vinci is injured. So I'm just going to say that potentially, if it does happen, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are going to retain. At least until Johnny Gargano or Tommaso Ciampa decide to become a team and challenge them for the titles, which I think should happen at SummerSlam. But let's go ahead and say that those are going to be the potential matches. So now let's go to the main card. In no particular order. So first match is the Money in the Bank contract match. LA Knight, Santos Escobar, Butch, LA Knight, Ricochet, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Logan Paul. There's only two possible winners here. Oh, and Damian Priest. I forgot Damian Priest, didn't I? It's Ricochet, Santos Escobar, Shinsuke Nakamura, Damian Priest, Butch, LA Knight, and what's his face? Logan Paul. I think those are the competitors in the match. I'm pretty sure. I think there's only two possible winners here: LA Knight or Logan Paul. And I will say, whoever they're going to cut, I think when the Money in the Bank is going to be the first match, the men's maybe. So I'm going to say Logan Paul or LA Knight wins, and then I'll explain what happens later. And then we go to Dominic versus Cody Rhodes. Now, here's my exact theory. So Dominic is going to have a decent match, not the greatest match of all time with Cody Rhodes, and then just to build up the feud between Brock Lesnar and Cody Rhodes, Brock Lesnar is going to cost Cody in the match. and Dominic is going to win, but it's going to, leading up to that point, it's going to be a decent match, because there's only 5 matches on the card, and I'm presuming they want to make 5 or 6 matches on the card, so I'm assuming they would want to make it longer. So, assuming that there's only these many matches, I'm definitely assuming that this match is going to take a while to get to the, the good part, and then Brock Lesnar is going to interfere, cost Cody the match. Even though he shouldn't lose to Dominic, I still think it's a possibility. The Bloodline Civil War, the Usos versus Roman Reigns and Sikoa. Now this match should be good, but I'm definitely going to have to go with Roman Reigns winning already, because they're not going to make Roman Reigns lose already, because he's just, lost already, so what's the point of making him lose again, and 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 again, because in my personal eyes, I don't see no point in it, but that's the reason why I think Roman and Sikoa are winning. But I think they're going to continue this storyline for months to come. Because honestly, people are not interested in the Bloodline storyline. I am, and all the other fans are. But there's a select few who are not interested. But just know, the Bloodline storyline could always add new details to it to make it even more interesting. This is one of the best storytelling features of WWE in a long time. The best feud I can remember that was like this. People didn't like Shinsuke Nakamura versus AJ Styles. I didn't really like it either, but for what it was, they did tell a good storyline there, somewhat. So I'm just gonna say Roman Reigns and Sikoa are winning. Not AJ Styles. Finn Balor versus Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship. Now, this match could go either way, but I think it's going to be a nice back and forth battle between AJ Styles and Finn Balor. Seth Rollins wins, and then LA Knight or Logan Paul cashes in on Seth Rollins and wins the title. Because this will be the first time the men have won it and then cashed it in right at the same pay-per-view in years. I'm going to say at least since the first or second pay-per-view. And then the next match is the woman Money in the Bank ladder match, which is Zelina Vega, Io Sky, Bayley, Trish Stratus, Zoe Stark, and Becky Lynch. Personally, I either see Io Sky or Zoe Starks taking it. Mostly because, those two need something to make them interesting. More interesting character. Giving it to Zoe Starks would do it. I'm not saying Zelina wouldn't be a good choice either. We can't rule anything out. Because Triple H is not that predictable. We could assume something, but people are saying that this person is going to win, but we never know. That's why I'm just saying that my choices are predictable, but yet again, no one thinks Zoe Stark is going to win. People are saying Io Sky, so that's where my unpredictable choice comes in. It's going to be either one of those two who are going to win it. But I still think that the Money in the Bank matches will be good. I just hope they give the Money in the Bank contracts to the right people at the right time. And I really hope Roman Reigns doesn't main event the pay-per-view, because that would ruin everything, like literally everything. That's all I'm going to say. Goodbye.